Hey everybody, it is August 2nd, 2026. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. Before I even go into this, I want to take a moment to thank the few people that watched the week-long Angel Witch series. Angel Witch is not a band that's going to draw a lot of people in, and that is really the reason I did that week-long series. If you're watching this video and saw the other ones were Angel Witch, you're like, oh, screw that, I don't want to watch it. I'm telling you, I don't even know if the albums are on like Spotify or whatnot, but I say listen to Frontal Assault. Besides the first album, yes, the first album's the iconic one, but I would say listen to Frontal Assault. Give Angel Witch a chance, or Angel of Light, the most recent one. Give them a chance before you totally say, I don't even want to try. But again, I do want to thank everybody who did watch that series. Okay, now on to what we're doing today, and that is, and yes, you'll see the records already out, but this Spirit of 76 version by Rhino Records of Technical Ecstasy. And again, if you know me by now, this is my second favorite Sabbath album of all time. Right behind Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I love this album. And this is very much, I don't know if the original album was a gatefold. I don't think it was, but don't quote me on that. But this one is a gatefold one because it has this very reminiscent of Volume 4. This like mirror image picture of the band in it, which is pretty cool. I was very surprised when I got this and saw it was a gatefold. Because like I said, I don't think the real one is, but I could be wrong. Then we have the sticker. Yes, I took it off the plastic and put it on here. Spirit of 76, 50th anniversary. It is a splatter vinyl. We'll talk about that in a second. And Rhino did this with a bunch of other albums. This is the only one that I'm going to get in the Spirit of 76. So obviously stuff that they have a license to that were released in 76. All right, so let's take a look. It just comes in a regular paper sleeve, and it is a splatter vinyl. It kind of seems to be the trend now, and it's green and black. I don't think it's all that impressive. 180 gram vinyl. It does sound good. You know, they have perfected these colored vinyl and these splatter vinyl because they were, especially going back, they never sounded as good as the black vinyl. Like I'll even go as far back as another album that is not considered one of the better ones that I absolutely love, No Prayer for the Dying. When I originally got that on red vinyl in 1990, it probably, I think that's all it was released on was the red vinyl. But I do remember noticing the sound quality was a little worse. And that was on a good stereo. That's not this thing that I have hooked up a little. You see it, a little JBL speaker? I don't know. Yeah, it's a good record player or stereo is in the works in the future, but gotta put a brakes on the spending. This was only like $25, so. It sounds good, and again, if you're a Monster Sabbath fan, absolutely get it. If you are a fan of this album, it is an absolute must. It sounds good. But you do kind of ask yourself at what point. Now you have an album. I have a video. This is why I had this out when I. This is the problem with the gatefolds, is the records are a colossal pain in the you-know-what to get in and out. Oh my God. Don't know how often I'll be listening to this version. And again, now it's in too far. Got to be just right. There we go. Just like Little Red Riding Hood. Just got to be just right. This bed is just right. What was I even going? What was I even saying? How many different versions are of the albums come out? Yes, I'm doing the next video that you're going to see is going to touch on this stuff and at a much more broad spectrum of things just being released for our age group. And I'm putting us in the 50 and older crowd. of our demographic of, here, buy this again. Or here, buy this because it's a nostalgia thing. Like, there is a series, and I think it was only released in Europe, of, it's not the 10-year war, I have that, but I got that cheap from somebody in Japan. Because I had no intention of getting the 10-year war box set. None. And as I was flipping through eBay and looking at stuff, somebody had it like drastically cheap. And I was really afraid when it came there was going to be something wrong with it. And there wasn't. I think the guy just was like, I just want to get rid of this. But there is another, and that's splatter vinyl. There's another Sabbath collection where it's different colors, like just solid colors, which would be really neat. But again, it's like, you want to buy it at $600-700. I'm done. I am absolutely done. You know, box sets, as far as I'm concerned, I will still get the Sabbath. I will get the Kiss. Beyond that, I'll have to see. I'll probably fold for Ozzy, Maiden, and Dio. Not going to lie. If how they're priced. You know, and again, I talk about this in this next video you're going to see. If the See You on the Other Side box set is $600 and that's his entire catalog plus the signature, and then they release the Ultimates in, which they should have done this year, but of course the troll doesn't want to give Phil Sasson, whatever, or probably doesn't. I don't know that for sure. I'm assuming. So don't try to sue me, Sharon. Jose, he's doing something that's going to take money out of my pocket. Again, Jose. You know, if they try to do a Ultimate Sin box set for $400, where you got the entire catalog with an autograph for $600, really going to spend that money? Any rate, kind of go off topic. I like going off topic. It's my video. So, cool. Very much a nostalgia thing. I don't think this is going to sell out. So you probably get this. I would assume 2 or 3 years down the line, this may be like bargain in the bargain section of Rhino. But I love this album. It's Sabbath, so I probably popped up on Facebook. Because Rhino really screwed up my Devil You Know box set, the whatever, breaking out of heaven, breaking into heaven, whatever that box set is called. And I had to cancel them and get them through Amazon. So I'm not a big fan of Rhino anymore. There was something else Rhino kind of screwed up. But this came in a timely fashion. So, yeah. If you like this album, it's a fun thing to have. Yeah, there you go. I love this album. God, do I love this. I mean, just, You Won't Change Me. You Won't Change Me was the song of my teenage years. I mean, everybody from my parents, my mother hated, and so did my dad. My dad, listening to this music reminded my dad of his brother, who was a hippie, and that didn't go over well. All Italian. My dad was a traditional Italian guy, and his brother was too, but, you know, that didn't go over well with my dad, who was a Marine, almost went to Vietnam. You know, that his brother going down to the Democratic National Convention and getting his head cracked in by Chicago cops. He came home and his head was all welted up and whatnot. And my dad said, "Good, you deserved it." And I think he said a few other things. But my dad hated that I liked this music. My mom did. You know, the kids at school, Catholic school, you know, this did not go over well with them. You know, they were like, "Oh, you should watch the Bulls and watch the Cubs, and you should listen to whatever the hell they were listening to." No, You Won't Change Me was it. And then, I mean, come on. All moving parts stand still. Dirty Women. All right, get this album, like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. I will see ya.